Hi guys, happy new year to you all. Guys, no be small thing o. Our president Ahmed Tinubu has just been honored as this day man of the year. Guys, I would like you to watch this video to the end, but before we do so, I just want to appreciate all my subscribers. I say a very big thank you to you all, and to my returning viewers, I appreciate you also. Thank you very much. And for those that have just been watching this channel from the first time, please kindly hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload new video, YouTube will notify you. Guys, let's go. I will see you all after this video.
And of course, we begin here at home. We're on a balance of scales, and given all considerations, it is hard to find anyone who could fairly challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the This Day Man of the Year commemoration. Determined and unfazed in the face of mounting challenges and attendant hardships, the president marches on with his audacious reforms to change Nigeria. In his first and only media interview, he told the nation that you can't be doing the same thing and expect different outcomes. With that, he served the nation notice of his resolve to stick to his reforms. The president, who ran his election campaign on the mantra of Emi Lokan, has waltzed through some of the most troubling phases of his less than 2-year-old presidency. From merely providing leadership to introducing very unpopular but promising reforms, Tinubu has proven to be that daring and gritty leader who's driven more by convictions of his choices than pandering to sheer sentiment or to the crowd. President Tinubu early this morning assured Nigerians that all their sacrifices in the last just slightly over 19 months that he took over power and in the months ahead would not be in vain. In his New Year message, the president, who promised to continue to serve the people diligently and wholeheartedly, also listed some of his achievements in the year that just ended, despite the challenges his government faced. However, setting agenda for the new year, the president, who listed some of the plans in the offing intended to make 2025 a much better year, urged the citizens to play their part in collective interest. This was as other leaders across political leanings and faiths have sent out their New Year messages to the people, praying that 2025 brings with it better deals. I believe we're all in one accord with regards to praying for a better year in 2025. Dr. Abati.
Okay, two issues that you have raised. Let me start with the first one, and then I'll go very quickly to the second one. The first one here is this day newspaper board of editors declaring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Man of the Year. And if you read that piece on the front page of the newspaper, President Tinubu is described as tough, resilient, courageous, audacious, unafraid to take hard decisions. And in the consideration of the editors of this day newspaper, I'm very specific, these day newspapers editors, I have not said Arise News, but their decision is their decision. And what they have said is that, look, this is a leader that has shown that for you to be a leader, you have to take very hard decisions. And what are those hard decisions that, in the estimation of the editors, the president has taken? The removal of fuel subsidy, which was something that was already guaranteed in the Petroleum Industry Act, but which the Buhari administration did not have the courage to do. But here comes President Tinubu, and he says, well, we have to take the hard decisions. That's what these day editors are celebrating. Number two, the floating of the naira, which they say has brought stability, within the system. Something that they say also demonstrates courage. Now, three, local government autonomy, which they say President Tinubu, as a former governor, will understand that local governments will have to be given, the opportunity to contribute to governance. Another thing that they talked about there is, the controversial tax reform bill. And they are saying that in the presidential chat that President Tinubu had, he made it clear that the tax reform bill, there will be no going back on it. So these are some of the things that they looked at, and they said, well, this is a very courageous leader. Then the commentary on President Tinubu went to another level to talk about introduction of measures to make life easier for Nigerians. An acknowledgement of the hardship in the country, but that they say CNG powered vehicles are being introduced, and also that, on the whole, there's trade surplus, foreign reserves have gone up, and also moribund refineries are now working, and, external reserves, have also been boosted beyond 40 billion. That is a commentary of the editors of, this day. They also said that on the foreign front, President Tinubu has played a major role in terms of his chairmanship of ECOWAS in stabilizing the West African sub-region. Now, many people will have a problem with the assessment, and there will be many people who will disagree with that assessment. Now, Man of the Year essays, as a man who wrote Man of the Year essays for The Guardian from 1993-94 till 2011, with the exception of 1997 when I was abroad. I understand how this works. So there will be people who will disagree. What the Man of the Year essay is all about is that individual who has impacted society for good or ill in a particular year. But this is the decision of the This Day Board of Editors, and they say that whether you refer to President Tinubu as T-Pain or T-Gain, nobody can question his courage. Nobody can question his deliberateness. Nobody can question his audaciousness. And that, one paragraph in the commentary was saying, well, maybe some of the things could have been more inclusive, there could have been more consultations, there could have been this and that. But that paragraph, which should have been the pith of the commentary, was not developed further. So I don't find the commentary rigorous enough. I don't find it balanced enough. But in terms of their choice, nobody can dictate, what a particular newspaper chooses as, the main impactful, momentous event in a year. So I respect the decision of the This Day Board of Editors. Now to the second issue, President Tinubu also used the occasion today to address Nigerians. Two things that Nigerians must note. Number one is that a president, his job is to always inspire the people, to give hope. And what he did in his presidential address is to give hope. To say that, look, 2025 will be better, and that he, as President Tinubu, is determined to work more, is committed to the assignment that Nigerians have given him. And that, I think, is an important point. He used the opportunity of the speech to talk about his achievements, what he has done with regard to the same issues that This Day newspaper celebrates. He says fuel prices have decreased, trade surplus, we have had that. The dollar has stabilized against, the naira has stabilized against the dollar. There is growth, he says, in the stock market that has created prosperity and wealth for Nigerians. Where many Nigerians will say, not for all Nigerians, because it's not all Nigerians that operate in the stock market. He recognized the fact that hunger is a problem. He recognized the fact that there are challenges. And what are those some of those challenges that he says he will address? One, he says there's going to be, greater attention paid to food production, food security. He said that there's also going to be a national youth confab in the first quarter of 2025. Many Nigerians have asked for that youth confab. He said that there will be a national credit company that will ensure stability within the financial sector. And he says there will be a national values charter, because we talk about values in this country. I hope that national values charter will start with the leaders at both subnational and national levels. And more importantly, the president says he is asking for cooperation at all levels for Nigerians to be able to achieve their collective interests, and that local government chairmen, state governors need to work with the central government to move this country forward. I like the part of the president's speech about optimism, that look, this country can be better. So he has his job cut out for him in 2025 to make Nigeria better in the interest of all. There will be a lot of skeptics who will come now with sledgehammers, and they will say, oh, we disagree with this day, we disagree with the president. But well, that's part of the democratic process. People can express their views. But the president is right in saying that all of us must come together to move this country forward. And that challenge starts at the individual level. Every individual, even the family. Nigerians must ask themselves, what am I contributing? Because there are many Nigerians just say, we want government to do this, we want government to do that. But the same Nigerians are very difficult human beings, sabotaging their own country, and yet they blame government. So I think that should be an important message for all of us.
Absolutely, Dr. Abati, all very well said. In instances like this, I know most people feel that history should be the best judge of whether a presidency or a leader performed well or not. However, in the process, in the meantime, there's room for discourse. And that's what academia is at the end of the day. Academics are always in discourse in pursuit of a superior argument. Now, if we're talking about superior arguments, of course, everybody has their own leanings and their own nuances. But if you talk about the victory for neoliberal reform, the victory for capitalist and market-friendly reform, then President Bola Tinubu has stood by that. He has stood by that. Now, why has it caused so much discontent? Of course, beyond some of the negative consequences that we've seen, the harsh conditions that have been caused for most living in this country. Yesterday, we spoke about the erosion of the middle class. But when we look at Africa historically, Africa is a continent that was liberated under Marxist and Leninist ideology. Now, what did this ideology teach us? It taught us to move away from capitalist forces, from neoliberal policies, because the assumption was that the hand of the government usually does not do good. The hand of the government takes away from the efficiency of the market, of the economy. Now, when you look at our revolutionary leaders all across Africa, from Kwame Nkrumah to Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, you see that they came into power, into independence, very excited about this Marxist-Leninist socialist type of philosophy. But the question is, how did that turn out? A lot of this, unfortunately, did not yield positive results. And this is the issue here. The issue here is based on what one of my favorite thinkers, his name is Frantz Fanon, calls the curse of independence, which is that as we were given independence and the ability and the tools to manage ourselves and the liberation that we fought for so hard, we began to mismanage ourselves. And all of this became associated with the Marxist, Leninist, or socialist system. Now, how does this all tie into the conversation about President Tinubu as a man of the year? Well, he's a man who has come and said that he is undoubtedly a man who believes in the free market reforms as prescribed by the Bretton Woods institutions. Now, the question is, do you agree with that position or do you disagree with them? But what you cannot take away from the man is that he has played by the rule book according to those particular reforms. Now, here's, in the media chat, it was quoted that he said, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect different outcomes. And truly, that's the situation. The situation is that we've seen the hand of government play, and has it churned out sufficient positive results? Yes, we can debate about different ways, different interventions, and different measures that could have been taken in order for us to find some sort of efficient balance where government can still play its part as support for the welfare state, as support for the vulnerable of the economy, whilst business can flourish. But however, we're in this situation now where all safety nets have been removed. Yes, CNG has been introduced. A number of other policies has been reintroduced. But the fact of the matter is that all safety nets currently have been removed. And that's what neoliberals are celebrating. If you look at headlines from the United States, from the United Kingdom, from the Western states who are extremely bullish about neoliberal policies, President Tinubu is a hero for his reforms. So I bring it back to the conversation that this is a discourse for the pursuit of a superior argument. What I like about the conversations that we're currently having is that it means that we're leaning more towards a politics based on ideology. That means that all things being equal, the next election should be extremely exciting because there should be a greater exchange of ideas as opposed to a personality, a cult of personality dominating the electoral process. Of course, that's also all things being equal. So President Ahmed Tinubu, as the man of the year, according to This Day newspaper, a lot of people would agree based on the foundations of the policies. And if you subscribe to neoliberal and capitalist policies, then certainly you will feel that the reforms that he has put into place are correct, even though they may be painful now, that they were the right thing to do. The discourse, as we pursue a superior argument, other people will bring alternate solutions. So that's where we are. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, the list for other This Day awards honors, the full list, I believe, will be out tomorrow. But for today, of course, I'm sure we will spend the day dissecting the outcome as President Tinubu as the man of the year.
Welcome back, guys, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to put your opinion in the comment section, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on my next video. Love you all and God bless you. Mwah.